Dumelang sanibonani, igama lami kunqobelwa kaMkhizo Khabazelo Mavovo Cobeka Sihlandlo Mankunezi, and this is my story. Today I want to share a story with you guys about how my stepdad impregnated me and killed my baby. So just to give you guys a background story, my mom fell in love with a guy who is my biological father, and the relationship basically did not work out. My dad was not a good person, both towards my mother and towards the community, and as such that led him to being arrested. Right, that's a story for another day. So my dad gets arrested and my mom has to move on because my dad is gonna go to jail for a very long time, and besides, the relationship was just not working anymore either way. So when my dad got arrested, then my mom raised me as a single parent, and she fell in love with another guy, right? And this guy, I know him, he comes around the house. I'm now around 8 years old when this guy comes around, and to me he's introduced as Umalume, my uncle. So I know him as Uncle Sbanbani. I'm not gonna mention the name. And he does come around with my mom. In my head they work together, and I'm just a kid, man. This is my uncle, and so. So they date, and after a year, I'm around 10-ish, my mom sits me down and tells me, Uguti, you're gonna have a new dad. Like, okay, I can't wait to meet this person. And my mom says it's actually Uncle Sbanban. Oh, so now in my head it makes sense why Uncle comes in and goes. Uncle takes me to the park with mom, Uncle will buy me ice cream, Uncle take me to McDonald's, Uncle this, Uncle that. Uncle was a very nice uncle, guys, when his uncleness was uncling, if that makes sense. So sharp, okay, my mom, okay, now uncle's gonna have to be my dad. Cool, I'm used to uncle likes me, and time goes on. The relationship between my mom and uncle becomes serious. Then my mom asked me how would I feel if she were to get married and take another step in the relationship. And at that time I'm around 13-ish, 12-ish, 13-ish, and I mean, I'm happy. I'm gonna be a flower girl. At least I know what marriage is. I've got an idea, you know, what marriage looks like, and I've got an idea that I'm gonna be a flower girl. What's gonna happen? I'm picturing my mother in a white gown. I'm picturing myself throwing flowers. You know, it was a nice picture in my head. Cool. So they get serious, lobola negotiations get done, the wedding happens. My mom looks beautiful, my dad at this point looks handsome, and I'm there, you know. Cool. Not knowing that when they're getting married, my mom is already expecting, but it was early days, so she didn't let me know at that time, right? So by the time my mom is getting married, she's already expecting. She's about like 2 months expecting when the wedding happened. Cool, the wedding happened, and then when my mom was 3 months pregnant, she then tells me that you are going to have a mini you know, you're gonna have a sibling. And oh, okay, I'm excited. I mean, I'm 13, I'm the only child at the moment, so it would be nice to have a sibling, you know, and so forth and so forth. Okay, cool. Months go by. My mom is around 8 months pregnant, and Ubaba one night goes out to drink with his friends, right? This is where the problem started. So he goes out to drink with his friends. My mom is around, and I'm just that girl. I'm around like 14, and I am just taking care of my mom, taking care of her pregnancy and whatsoever, just being the girl in the house who does the chores and everything, home chores like every child does, right? So it became late, around 10, if I'm not mistaken. My mom went to sleep, right? My dad is not back yet. So I'm done with my chores. I've washed my dishes, and I'm sitting on the couch watching TV. Cool. And then I hear the car drive in. So that's my dad coming back. Cool. The door was locked and I didn't remove the key from the door, because normally if one person is not in the house, you will lock, then remove the key so that the next person is gonna unlock. So I stood up, my dad knocked, I stood up, I'm like, oh, I didn't remove the key. I stood up, went and unlocked the door. As I unlock the door, umuntu waphoseka kimi. Like, you know, when someone is drunk and they are bayaqwathazela, angazi ukuthi in English, but you know that walk, and literally kwangazuthi uzowela game, and I'm like, whoa, dad, you know, you're drunk. And he's smelling alcohol and it's pretty evident that he is drunk. I call him like, oh baba, it's ngikhiya umnyango, you know, ngikhiya umnyango mangibuya more umnyango, there's a wall angithi umnyango, it's like a mini passage umnyango, you lock, and then obviously there's a wall behind you, and then on your left it's an entrance to the kitchen. Oh, I thought something was ringing. Okay, cool. So ngivula umnyango or ngilokhe umnyango, right? And then ngithi mangithi ngiyabuya, and then he closed me off with his hands behind. He puts his hands on the wall. So now this is the wall. It's me in the middle. It's him. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay, dad, what's happening? You know? And then he's like, and I'm just like, yes, dad, I know. This is something that he would say to me. Oh, you know, it's, for me, it's normal for him to say that. Okay, dad, but can I take you to your couch or something? And then Obaba's like, angifuni umfana ozodlala ngawe. Mekukhona umfana ozodlala ngawe, tell me. Meaning, if there's any boy that tries to play you or mess around with you, you better run and tell me, because I will deal with that person. Nice. My dad is concerned about my well-being. My dad is concerned about my protection and everything. Okay, I'm like, okay, baba, ngiyakuzwa. And then he starts looking at me in a different look, a look that I've not seen before. And I realized, I see this and I'm just like, mind you, I'm 14, I know certain things, but also obviously I watch TV and everything, but like I can see what this look is not a deadly look, or rather it is a deadly look. And I'm just like, okay, like what's happening? And I'm like, baba, move. And then baba starts touching me, all right? And I'm just like, baba, wenzani? And then I see his hand going down my breast, and I'm just like I literally like removed his hand, because yes, I'm young, but I do know my dad is not supposed to touch me there. Rather, no boy is actually supposed to touch me there. Rather, that's what parents are telling me, but I already know that certain things happen, and you know. So I'm just like, okay, baba, your hand, you know. And then while I removed his hand, because Manji, he had one hand on the wall and then the other was touching me. So I removed that hand, and I'm just like, what is going on, you know? When I did that, I removed him. I took my phone from the couch and I turned the TV, and I went to my room. Sharp, I left him in the dining area. So I go inside my room, I lock my room. And I'm just like, I'm still trying to process what just happened. I'm still trying to process whether I am imagining things. I'm just trying to understand what is happening. And I also think, should I tell my mom that this happened? How is she going to take it? Or am I making things up in my head? Like, I'm confused at this point to say, what just happened? I'm just trying to process what just happened. And I'm just like, okay, as in, let me just sleep. He's probably drunk. And sharp, I sleep. It's the next day. My mom is awake. She's on the couch. And then I hear my dad coming out. I was in the kitchen. I hear my dad coming out. Uyabulisa, like nothing happened. And now, uyabulisa, mtanami unjani, ngiyaphila baba njani. And then sits with my mom. And now, this leaves me more confused, because I'm just thinking, was I picturing what happened yesterday? Was I dreaming? What was happening to me? Like, I'm just thinking, did it really happen? or I understand, should I still tell my mom that it kind of happened? But my dad is out here acting like everything is normal, like nothing wrong happened. Yes, he was intoxicated, but is this how he's supposed to act if it happened? Like I'm kind of confused, and I'm just like, okay, you know what, it's fine, let's let it slide. Sharp. That was the first incident. I let it slide. Cool. And now it goes on. One day my mom had to go to my aunt's place, right? Mind you, my mom is still pregnant, but now she's almost due. So she goes to my aunt's place. She was going for a sleepover there. Sharp. And then my dad decided to host a braai with his friends, and I think they were watching soccer as well. And one of my friends came over. Sharp. So my dad and his friends, my dad and his friends are braaiing outside, and I'm inside with my friend cooking bab and doing just salads for my dad and his friends. They're watching soccer and everything. Cool. It becomes late, right? And then my friend's dad, what the fuck? My dad's friends leave. Bahambe, mabehamba kusale mina nomngane wami nobaba. And then my dad says to me, "Kulethi manje umngane wakho akahambi yini?" Mind you, he's intoxicated again. He's like, "Kulethi manje umngane wakho akahambi yini?" And I'm like, okay, it's in cap, you know. So I'm like, friend, asambe get cap. So my friend get kappa, because my friend stays 2 houses after our house. So I'm kappa halfway. Then I ran back home because it was actually late. It was around 9 p.m. and it was a Sunday, you know. So I accompany her. Then I ran back home. Cool. I get home, get inside, key gating, get cleaning, kill. Okay, cool. So I lock the gate. I have to say this in English. I lock the gate, I come inside, I lock the house door. Cool. So my dad is not there, right? Sharp. I'm like, okay, I'm bored. There's nothing else that I'm gonna do. Let me sit and watch TV. So I watch TV and I'm on my phone. So it's a couch and I'm just laying in my couch. I'm gonna tell you what I was wearing, because in the society, sometimes what you're wearing, well, the society says what you wear provokes the perpetrator. I'm home, right? I'm wearing my shorts, my lousy shorts, my crop top t-shirt, my slippers. Ngisekhaya. This is not the first time I'm wearing this. I've always been wearing this. My dad knows this outfit. My mom knows this outfit. And I was home. I was just wearing my short and my crop top and you get what I'm saying? So I'm lying on the couch in phone, book TV. I'm pressing my phone. Then I hear my parents' room door open. Right? I'm thinking maybe my dad is going to the bathroom. My dad was not going to the bathroom. Then my dad comes to the living area, you know, and I'm just thinking he probably wants to watch TV. Then my dad comes to me straight where I'm laying down, right? So now I'm laying down, listen, I'm looking at him like this. So now it's kind of like, I'm like, okay. I'm in my head, I'm thinking, probably it's wrong. You know, when you're thinking, Umzali is about to deal with you, or Umzali is about to, you are going to get disciplined or something. And I'm looking at him like this, and then he's like, Sisele sobabili, meaning it's just the 2 of us in the house. And I'm like, like in my head, I am aware of that because I just accompanied my friend and my mom is obviously not here and your friends left. And I'm just like, you know, I'm like, yeah, Sisele sobabili. And then I go like ngamadolo, because I'm on the couch and he was standing. So he goes down in his knees, right? And then he starts brushing me from my leg, because my leg, I was sitting like this. So he starts touching me from my leg like this. And I'm just like, okay, what is happening? You know, it's sad that the hand keeps on moving closer, and I'm just like, Baba Wensan, you know. So I remove his hand, then I move my leg, Baba Wensan. And then he's like, and manje so mdala. It's like, you know how beautiful you are, and now you are old enough to understand what is happening here. You get what I'm saying? And now it clicks what he did the other night to Guti. Clearly, I was not imagining this, but also in my head, it's like, but this is my dad. You get what I'm saying? This is the dad that I know. I don't know my biological. This is my father. And I'm just thinking to myself, Gimwane is, but I do know that this is not something that happens between a dad and a daughter. Cool. So young brush, and I'm just like, this is, this is getting out of hand, So he's so amazing as and then he pushes me hard against the couch. And I'm just like, okay, am I getting a beating or Bentagalan? Then he stands up. Bo, Magama, Yakumula, and I'm just thinking, this is not what I'm supposed to be seeing right now, But in Mundamina, it's like everything is just happening fast. Cool, Asmaga Kumula. And then he comes like on top of me, and then I remember my hands here, like this. So when he holds my hand as tight as that, so now I'm trying to move like Baba, like Gambiza, like Baba, what's going on, what's happening? Like I'm trying to, and then he's like, don't make a noise, because you're gonna be in trouble if you make noise. Your mom is not here. So who are you screaming for the neighbors to hear? And I'm just like, he's like, don't make noise. So now he holds me with one hand, right? And then he tries to, well, not that he tries, because he actually did, undressing me with the other hand. Mind you, I'm wearing just a short that is elastic here. And, he tries to, and at that time I'm still fighting, but I can only fight so much against an older person, a male for that matter, who's powerful. At this age, I can't even fight off a guy. Like, I won't be able to fight a guy off, you know what I'm saying? So imagine at 14. So now I'm just trying to, like, Baba, he because when I try to make noise, then he would, and I'm just like, Baba, what are you doing? Because I'm not understanding what you are doing. You get what I'm saying? He's like, if you don't make this difficult, we're going to finish very quickly. And I'm just like, what are we going to finish quickly? He's like, if you can just stand still, this is literally not going to take long. But if you keep on doing this, then it's going to take long. And I'm just like, what is going on? Eventually, he has successfully undressed me and everything, and eventually it happens, the whole thing happened. Cool. So after it happens, he then takes my phone, right? And then he's like, go to bed. And then he, obviously goes to bed. And I'm just thinking, at this point, one, I'm crying. Two, I'm in a shock. I'm confused. There's a lot going on. This whole thing happens really fast. At this point, I know what rape looks like. I've been taught at school. And I'm just thinking, did I just get raped? And also, did the person that just raped me, is this my dad? Is this the person that is married to my mom? He arangzali biologically, but this person practically raised me. And this is someone that is expecting a child on the way. My mom is not here. Do I tell my mom what just happened? Also, he took my phone, so I can't call my mom. But do I tell my mom? Do I go to the police? Like, there's a lot going on. I'm confused. I go to the room. I lock my room. I cry. I cried myself to sleep because I was just so confused, man. Like, I was really, really, really confused. So I'm just thinking, I know what just happened, and I've been taught about this at school. What is my next step? One, my mom is not here. It's a Saturday. My mom is coming back tomorrow. Do I wait for my mom to come back and tell her this? Or do I dodge her to a police station or something? But also, my mom is pregnant. This is her 9th month. She can give birth at any time. Should I deliver this news to her? She might go into labor earlier than anticipated. or it might just complicate the pregnancy. Hey, and I cried myself to sleep that day. The next morning, I remained inside my room. I didn't do anything. Then I had a knock in my door. And my dad comes, I go and open, it's my dad. And then he comes, he gives me my phone. And then he's like, don't tell your mother what happened. Otherwise, you guys are going to be on the street. So you better keep quiet. And I'm just like, okay. Not only am I being told not to tell my mom, but also I'm being threatened to say, if I do, I'm going to find myself homeless because this is my dad. He pays the bond for the house. So we basically close to nothing without his financial assistance. Because yes, my mom is working, but my mom's job would not be able to take care of me, the child that's coming. She would be, but like it's going to be very difficult. You get what I'm saying? So I get that threat. Sharp. He goes and to fetch my mom from my aunt's place. My mom comes back, right? And when she comes back, I'm in my room. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to see her because I feel like if I see her, I'm just going to cry and I might tell her. And if I tell her, it might complicate a pregnancy. We might find ourselves on the street. There's a lot going on in my mind. And she comes back. I think she asked my dad where I was and he probably said I'm sleeping or something. Cool. And then it becomes the next day, right? The next day it's Monday. Monday, me, I go to school. It's a normal day. I'm going to school, but I'm not okay, man. Like, I'm so not okay. My friends can notice that I'm quiet. Then I'm not a quiet person at all. I'm a bubbly person. My friends know this. So it shocks them to see how I am at that moment. Because like, you are unusually quiet. Like, this is not like you. What's happening with you? And I'm just like, oh, guys, okay, right. And I'm sure in my friend's head, it's like, oh, boyfriend, or you know, and it's not even that, you know. It was not even exam time, so I can't say I'm stressed on my exam. No, it's not that. And then I go back home, and then my mom is like, hi, I'm Johnny, you know, and all right, because my mom notices I'm not my normal self. They're like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And as I'm speaking to her, I'm walking away. I'm going straight to my room. Go to my room, I lock my door. Sharp, I lock my door, and then my mom comes knock. I open, she's like, what's happening? Are you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm right. Because normally when I come back home, I open the fridge, I start playing music or whatever that's happening, or you know, the normal things. But this time around, I'm coming back home, my face does not look normal, and I'm quiet. I'm going to my room, I'm locking myself in the room. Unusual. She's like, are you fine? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. There's nothing going on. She's like, if there's something going on, you're gonna talk to me, right? I'm like, yeah. Mind you, I'm very close to my mom. Like, I'm very close to my mom. You're gonna tell me if something is wrong, right? I'm like, yeah, I will tell you. Cool. And a week go by, my mom is now into labor. Cool. My mom is into labor, and it was like 2 weeks after or a week later. I'm not quite sure about the time frame, but that happened. My mom goes into labor. My dad rushes her to the hospital to go give birth. Blah 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 blah. I didn't go to the police station. I have not told anyone about this. It's only me and my dad who knows what happened. My mom gives birth. We happy. There's a new child. It's a boy. I've got a baby brother who's handsome, whom I love with everything in me. This child is bringing happiness into the home. Nami, I'm starting to lighten up, even though but I'm starting to lighten up now. Because here's my baby brother. I've been waiting for him, and I'm just, you know, cannot wait to play with him. Cannot wait to do a lot of things with him. Okay, cool. Now I'm thinking, should I still tell my mom now that the child is no longer in danger? The child is here. uyaphila saga, or should I still keep quiet? Because if I tell her this, now I'm killing the happiness that is happening around the family at this moment. So what do? Do I tell her, with mama, when you were away, this is what happened? Or do I just let it slide? Because now my dad is happy as well. He's acting normal. Like everything is normal according to him. There's nothing wrong that is going on. He's happy. He has a son. He's the dad that I know. You get what I'm saying? And I'm asking myself, if I keep quiet, is he gonna do it again? I mean, it's been 2 weeks he hasn't done it, but like, angazi when this is gonna happen. But what if I keep quiet and it happens again? But I also don't want to I don't want to stress my mom who just gave birth, and I don't want to stress her with this thing and us getting thrown out. But also, are we really gonna get thrown out now that there's a child? Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm just debating with myself. I'm having this conversation myself. I'm asking myself these questions and I'm answering myself. Eventually I decide not to. Stupid, yeah, very stupid. I decided not to tell my mom. Now here's what happens. I don't see my periods, right? And I'm like, okay, my periods are late, but also this happens, things like this happen, and things like these happen, and it's akali. It's not the first, it's not gonna be a last. It happens. And then, but this time around, it takes about a week late. And I'm like, okay, no. Now this is too late. You get what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Now I'm too late. And then I tell my friends, like, yo guys, as I've not seen my periods. My periods are late. I don't even feel like my periods are coming and everything. And then my friend jokingly says, ha, umid. Jokingly. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, that cannot happen. One, I'm virgin. Well, I'm supposed to be virgin. And now I'm pregnant. Well, my friends know that I've not had sex with anyone. And no, man, that can't happen. You get what I'm saying? So I'm now scared to go to Taibo. What if I'm meeting a bell because of, the incident that nobody knows about? So with my money, because I get an allowance, sharp, I buy a pregnancy test. I search how a pregnancy test works, and I take it, and it comes with 2 lines, right? Meaning I'm pregnant. I don't believe this, because also the one that I bought was cheap. I mean, this is my allowance money and I'm trying to save. I bought a second one. It's 2 lines. Kwavela kwamnyama. Like, everything just became black. Bengaboni lutho. Yonke into kwavela kwamnyama. Do you understand me? It's kwavela kwamnyama. Cool. And I'm just like, what is this? I'm pregnant. I got raped. And the person that raped me was my stepfather. Ingenzani. I didn't tell my mom about this. So how do I miss the raping part and I go to the pregnant part? If I tell her that I'm pregnant, who's the father? Am I going to go to my mom and tell her, we are sharing a baby daddy? No, that's not going to happen. What am I going to do? What exactly am I going to do? It's now or never. I go home. I'm sad. My mom asks me what is wrong. And I say to my mom, I need to talk to you about something. She says, okay, cool. Mind you, it's a month. This thing happened. My mom just gave birth. But it's like a month and a few weeks. Cool. So I sit my mom down and I'm like, Mama, when you're away, when you went to my aunt's place, 1, 2, 3, and 4 happened. My mom was in disbelief. She was in disbelief. She was just like, no, you're lying. You're trying to prank me, but also if you're trying to prank me, it's not funny. And I'm just like, I'm actually not pranking you. This happened, and I show her the pregnancy test. She jumped. She was like, I know, Bill. It can't be. I'm like, Mama, this is true. She's like, no, that is not true. That is not true. And there's no way your dad can do this. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, Mama, I'm telling you the truth. Please believe me. She's like, why didn't you tell me from the first place? I'm like, I was threatened that we were gonna be homeless. And you were pregnant, heavily pregnant at the time. So there was nothing I could say. My mom cried and she's like, we have to go to the doctor to confirm. Right? Cool. Same day, my mom dresses up, we go to the doctor. The doctor tests and confirms positive. I'm a month and few weeks pregnant. My mom broke down, guys. When I still picture my mom that day, my mom broke down. I have never seen my mom breaking down like this. I've never seen my mom breaking down like this. My mom broke down. You hear what I'm saying? So now we're traveling back. She's not talking to me on the way until we get home, right? And then she says, go to your room. Go to my room. And then now my dad comes back from work, right? Baba comes back from work. I hear the car drive very sharp. I hear him entering the door, right? Close the door. We are normally, right? And then he goes to the room because normally he would go with his bag to the room to change. Then I hear my mom's footstep going to the room. And the next thing I hear, umnyango closing. Ne? And I'm like, oh shit, it's going down. And I hear my mom screaming, obviously shouting, how could you do this? Alona, let alone it's your child. How could you do this to me? How could you do this to us? What were you thinking? Blah, 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 blah. Whatsoever. My dad, no. And I hear my dad saying, hey. I didn't hear everything, but I heard that part, meaning this child is lying. And I'm just like, I'm lying. He's denying, guys, he was bluntly denying the pregnancy, denying that the rape actually happened, denying it. And then I hear my mom opening the door because my little brother was crying that side. My mom opening the door. Then my dad comes up. Then my dad knocks on my door. Then I open, like, why are you lying? Why would you tell such a lie about me? And I'm just like, are you denying that this happened? It's like, yes, maybe you have a boyfriend. Maybe you've started sleeping around. Who knows which boy you slept with that got you pregnant? You must tell us the boy that got you pregnant. And I'm like, I have never slept with any boy in my life. I have never, until you did what you did. I have never been sexually active. And you know that what I'm saying is true. No, I didn't do such a thing. Blah, 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 blah. At this point, I'm crying. My mom is crying. He's screaming. My younger brother is crying. I'm like, you know what? Mama, I'm going to my aunt's place. Pack my bags. My mom tries to stop me. She's like, no, we have to sort this out as a family. You can't go and say there's such things. What are they going to say? Blah, 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 blah. Right? My mom is just like, allow me to think. Go to your room. You're not going anywhere. Sharp. I leave my mom. I leave my dad and my mom and whatever. I go to my room. Cool. The next day, my mom was scheduled to go for Indoni. When my dad, where you goma, you know goma in English. Oksala where you goma, right? What is it? When the child is getting the injection, you know these injections that kids get. What are they called again? But that, I'm gonna remember the word and I'm gonna put it up here for those that don't understand Zulu. But umntana where you goma, sharp. So my mom takes the child there, and then my dad comes to me. At this point, I'm even shocked that I'm still calling. But yeah, whatever. Uncle, dad, baby daddy. At this point, he's wearing so many hats. And he says to me, you need to get rid of that. Or do you want to ruin your mom's life? Or do you want to ruin my marriage? Or do you want to ruin my family for me? And then he goes and says, you're just like your father. whoa. So you know my dad, I don't know him. All of a sudden, I'm like my father. Say someone who raised me. Okay, cool. He's like, you have to get rid of the thing. He gives me money to go get rid of the thing. And in my head, I'm like, I'm just thinking, I'm too young to be a mother. And if I give birth to this child, what am I going to explain to other people, to the family members, and whatsoever and whatsoever? Maybe the abortion is the solution. Again, he's one. So I then, do research and whatsoever, and then I go do the abortion. I don't tell my mom. And I tell my mom, I'm actually from the doctor to get rid of. And I tell her the somewhat because I learned my lesson. I tell her, Baba said I must get rid of it, and that's where I'm coming from. I got rid of it. So you have nothing to be worried about. My mom was shocked. My mom was livid, angry, shocked, every emotion that you could ever think of. And she's like, are you okay? Are you good? How are you feeling? And she became a mother to me. She forgot that she was a wife, and she wore her motherly coat. She took care of me. She was like, I'm so sorry. She blamed herself. I think what I hated the most was my mom blaming herself for this. Was if she didn't get married to this guy, this wouldn't have happened. And I hated the fact that she is carrying this burden, and it's not supposed to be like that. The person that's supposed to be regretting is this monster who's walking freely, whose life is carrying on, who's my mom and here are suffering emotionally, and my mom is obviously suffering deeply because this was done by someone who's supposed to be a husband, someone who's supposed to be protecting her and protecting her daughter. You get what I'm saying? She's married to this person. She's binded with this person. What is supposed to happen now? Is she supposed to take a husband's side or her daughter's side? She's torn apart. You get what I'm saying? And I hated that till today. I still hate the fact that my mom had to go through that. I did not deserve to go through that, but she definitely did not deserve to go through that too. My mom, being my mom, made a decision to, I think it was 3 months after the whole thing, to divorce my dad. My dad, or our baby daddy at this point, because we're sharing a baby daddy, took a decision and goes, she is gonna divorce the bastard. And for me, I would have done the same thing. I'm a mother today. I've got my beautiful baby girl. She's so beautiful. She's smart. She's hyperactive. I am beyond blessed. And if anything were to happen to my daughter, I would do the same thing. Probably worse. Maybe I would have shot the bastard or anything, but I'm just glad that my mom at that time chose to be a mother, and she chose to divorce my dad. And as of current, they separated. They co-parenting my younger brother, the most handsome, but he's grown now. He's handsome, he's smart as well. I just hope, I pray that he never becomes like his dad. Even the dad has moved on. They're co-parenting by Shinja. My brother goes and visits. My brother stays with my mom sometime, and that's just how it happened. And I'm forever grateful that my mom took that step. And she had to start afresh from empilweni and start and raise us, because I was not I still needed to be taken care of, both financially, both emotionally, and I have a younger brother as well. So she had to juggle both me and raising a small. There was a lot going on. There was really a lot going on, and I'm forever grateful to that woman for being such a good mother to me. I don't know any mother. I wouldn't have chosen any better mother than her, and I'm beyond blessed because she's now a grandmother to my daughter. And we are okay emotionally, and I am doing okay emotionally. I am loved by my daughters. dad and we are in love. I'm happy emotionally, I'm taken care of, I'm protected, and I believe there's love because I've seen love with this guy, and I am happy. Till today, I've never went and told the police this or anything. I've never reported anything, therefore I've never gotten any justice because there was nothing that I reported, and I wasn't gonna report after 3 months. It was just my mom didn't afford all those lawyers and everything. So the bastard is, I'm so sorry for, well, he is a bastard, but I'm sorry to my brother for calling his dad a bastard whatsoever. But to me, he was a bastard. He's a godfather. I'm not going to take that away from him. To my brother, he's a godfather. And Nam, he did raise me. He is a godfather. I'm not going to take that away from him. But I just don't think that females are safe around him. I just don't think young girls are safe around. I would never allow my daughter to see him. Never, because of what I went through because of him. Someone that is supposed to be my protector, someone that is supposed to guide me, someone that is supposed to be my safe space, became my worst nightmare. You get what I'm saying? Someone who created resilience, no? Hatred. He created hatred between me and men because I've never, after that incident, I thought to myself, I'm never going to give a man a chance in my life. I used to hate men. I used to, despise men. And yeah, that's just it. There's really nothing to say more, but that's just it. I never got justice. My mom definitely never got justice, but we are okay without him. My mom chose her children. She chose her kids over a man. And that is my story. Well, that is the end of our story time, guys. The story is from an anonymous lady who sent me the story and wanted me to share the story on her behalf. If you have a story that you want to share as well and you don't want to tell it by yourself, you want to remain anonymous, I am here for you. You can reach out to me through my TikTok DMs at Lady Kizzy. I am going to put in the link of my TikTok account. You can send me a story there. I'll send you my number. Either you send a voice note or you write down the story, either way, and you will be 100% kept anonymous, and I will share the story on your behalf. And if you are new on this channel and you enjoy story times, please do not forget to subscribe, like, share this video, and click on the notification button so that you can get a notification whenever I post another story time. That is it for me. Intombekam Kizo Kabazelo Mavovo Kobeka Slantlanga, aka Lady Kizzy, the only Zulu girl that matter, and this is my story.